Let's start preparing the salmon steaks. We take the foil and lay out the salmon. I'll add more butter. I recommend using a non-new, simple pan, not some expensive one. Let's see how it smells. Welcome to the Fujiwara Yoshi. We continue our journey through quick and delicious salmon recipes. I have already shown you how to marinate salmon in different marinades and prepare the most delicious miso soup from the leftover fish after cutting. And today, I will show you a simple recipe for a quick portioned meal. It is ideal for a romantic dinner or a quick lunch. Moreover, you don't need to stand long to cook it. And you'll need very few ingredients. Ready? We are preparing baked salmon steak in a frying pan, Chancha-Yaki. And traditionally, thank you very much for watching our channel, subscribing and liking. I am very happy with every single comment you leave. Please keep up the great work. Thank you. So, let's start preparing the foil-baked salmon steaks. Indeed, most often, steaks are seasoned with sake and salt, wrapped in foil and baked. This is the most common cooking method. But in Japan, on the north of Hokkaido Island, they prepare Chancha-Yaki. This is a national home-style dish. For this, they wrap not only salmon in foil, but also butter, miso paste, and even some vegetables. The result is a steak with a ready-made side dish. And today I will show you two ways to prepare Chancha-Yaki. We take foil, about 1.5 meters. If possible, use it folded in half. This way the foil will be much stronger and the juice definitely won't leak out. It is better if it is a whole sheet. We fold it like this and cut off the excess. Now, an important point. So that the fish does not stick to the foil, we grease it with a small amount of butter. Somewhere around this size of area. There is enough space for both fish and vegetables. But to make sure nothing sticks, green onion. Firstly, it will add aroma, and secondly, it is tasty and can also be eaten. If you do this, nothing will stick. We place the steak approximately in the middle. See, we will wrap it up like this. But first, let's add some spinach here. I already showed you how to prepare this in a previous video. It is convenient when you always have such a preparation on hand. We will also add a small piece of eringe mushroom to the fish and a couple of cherry tomatoes. I will cut them into wedges. Halves will be enough. Salt. We salt very lightly, and the same amount of pepper. Now we bend the foil, marking the connection point right above the center of the laid out products. This is important. Sometimes you forget to check, season the steaks, and then realize the foil isn't long enough. Now, let's pour some sake over the salmon. Not too much. You know, this dish turns out really delicious if you add lots of different mushrooms. So, if you can, try to use not only eringi, but also shiitake and shimeji. The more kinds you add, the better the flavor will be. I think I'll add some more shimeji. In some regions, they also soak some kombu in water and line the bottom of the foil with it. but I think that's optional, especially since this is a homemade dish. Well, it's time to wrap. Following the fold lines, we lift the edges of the foil. Combining the edges, we roll them together into a strip about 1 centimeter wide. We roll up the edges. This results in a fairly large package. You shouldn't wrap the fish too tightly. It will be inconvenient to open and eat later. The package should be easy enough to open after cooking. Let this one rest for now. And we will start on the second method. Of course, in Hokkaido, they know the portioned methods for cooking fish in foil very well. But when cooking at home for a large family, they often put all the ingredients into one large package. It is fast, hearty, and reliable. As in the previous case, we carefully grease the foil with butter. Now, a little green onion. We lay out the salmon, spinach, mushrooms, a little shimeji too, and cherry tomatoes. We add a tablespoon of sake to the bowl. And soy sauce. How can we do without it? And now mirin, also a tablespoon. Sugar. And miso, about the same amount. In this case, you don't need to try too hard to mix it. The miso will dissolve in the sauce by itself under the influence of temperature. I think that on the contrary, it will be more interesting if some parts of the fish have a richer taste and some a less rich taste. But of course, you decide which way you prefer. I know people who meticulously rub the sauce through a sieve or use various other methods to achieve uniformity. But I usually do everything roughly like this, carelessly. In any case, it is worth preparing this dish at least once to understand which method is personally closer to you. We folded the edges like this. I'll add more butter. As you say, you can't spoil porridge with butter. Butter on the foil so the fish doesn't stick, and this piece is for flavor. Look, if you slightly lift the edges right away, the sauce won't leak out. We roll the edges just like last time, about 1 centimeter wide. We lift the tips and twist them. As you can see, we sealed the packages. Try to place the fish in the pan as flatly and tightly to the bottom as possible. Next, cover with a lid and turn on the heat. We will cook for about 5 minutes on high heat and then another 5 minutes on low heat. In total, the whole process will take about 10 minutes. In principle, you can also put them in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes at a temperature of 250 degrees. However, in that case, I recommend using a good, non-new, simple pan so that you don't mind. The main thing is that it can be tightly covered. See what is happening? We can reduce the heat. We wait another 5 minutes. Well, 10 minutes have passed in total. Let's see what we got. It's hot. Be careful. Here are the little boats with fish. How it smells. The aroma of the miso paste combined with hot oil is something incredible. The main thing is that it is very simple. You just need to wrap the ingredients in foil, put it on the heat, and in 10 minutes, you have a finished dish. Moreover, it is practically impossible to fail here. Well, I hope you liked this very simple and quick salmon dish. After all, it cooks in a matter of minutes, but has a completely restaurant-like look. Your guests will be delighted if you present them with such wonderful packages. Write in the comments what you think about this recipe, and please subscribe to our channel. I will be very grateful to you. Thank you for watching this video until the end. See you in new episodes.